Hi loves. This is Allison Essence Edwards, and I don't know. Apparently, I'm not supposed to let you guys hear this piece because this is my third try at it, and it's really pissing me off that it's giving me such a hard time. But I am going to try it one more time. I don't know what's going on. Nonetheless, let me just hop right to it because I want you guys to hear exactly what I read. Okay? So, this is what I read at the Let Your Voice Be Heard event hosted tonight at Cass Cafe by Kenyatta York. So, here goes. This excerpt is from Bitch Click Part 6. Danae was 11 years old and Colisa was 13 but very naive. One afternoon while visiting her father, Danae walked in on him watching a porn video. She never forgot how she saw him stroke his pink penis until he spit creamy liquid from the tip. Once she saw that, she gasped. He heard. He looked back in a drunken stupor and called his daughter over. "What the fuck are you looking at?" "Didn't your mother tell you to mind your own business?" her father Randall Taylor said. His hands were that of a Wall Street broker, but his mind was that of a hood booger. Danae's mother brought her daughters to spend time with each other and her father when she needed to work late in the evenings. She thought it would be helpful to the relationship, but little did she know it was the worst thing she could have ever done. "Nothing, Daddy. I was just wondering if you wanted to play with me." Danae walked over to him holding her favorite baby doll and a bottle. His eyes were glassy and bloodshot. His breath was rancid and smelled like tequila and tomato juice. "Sure. Come on over and sit on Daddy's lap." Danae crept slowly over to her father and watched his dick deflate slightly, but when she sat on his lap, it grew erect again. It didn't help that she had on a skirt. Her pink and yellow polka dot panties showed slightly underneath and aroused him tremendously. Leaning over to kiss his daughter, Randall's lips grazed her shoulder blade. He removed her long pigtails from her neck and touched them slightly with his lips. Danae cringed but didn't move. "Daddy, here, feed the baby. She's hungry," Danae said with a smile. She loved playing with her father, but today he wasn't cooperating. "I don't want you to feed the baby. I want to feed you." He grabbed the back of her neck and rammed his tongue down her throat. Feeling a strange object in her mouth and not knowing what to do with it was weird to Danae. Tears welled up in her eyes, not knowing what to do and how to respond. She almost vomited when he tickled her uvula with his long tongue. His dick grew to that of a flagpole, and she hopped off of his lap in confusion. What was that? Why was this happening? She begged her father to please talk to her like normal and not like one of his girlfriends. He was in a daze and didn't see anything but a sex object. "Daddy, I want to go home. Please call Mommy so she can take me home." Me and Colisa do not like it here anymore. The mention of her name, Colisa entered the room after having been sleeping on the couch in the next room. "We're leaving? I thought we were going to get ice cream later," Colisa said with sleepy eyes and a half yawn. "No, we're just beginning the party." "Come on in here, Colisa," Randall called his daughter's sister, and she sat down on the couch. "Danae, come over here now. We aren't going to call your mother, nor are we going for ice cream. We're going to make a movie of our own since you like watching mine. Your sister and your dolls can even watch. Would you like that?" "Yay, yes." "Will we get ice cream after?" Her eyes lit up and she began to jump up and down. Randall grabbed her hand and set up his webcam on his computer in the position to which it would capture everything. "Here's something to suck on while you get your ice cream. Before you get your ice cream." He pulled out his dick and guided her face towards his crotch. The musty smell almost made her gag, but she wanted that ice cream badly, so she licked the tip of his penis. It wasn't good enough, so Randall shoved his dick into her mouth until she gagged. "Yeah, suck my ice cream cone. Suck it hard for Daddy. Make Daddy feel good. Colisa, come have some of Daddy's ice cream." Colisa was scared and did what was asked of her. Here, he was a grown man and had two girls sucking his dick. The two girls sucked simultaneously until they both tasted pre-cum from the tip of his dick. He loved the feeling that he got from it. A sex addict he was and didn't care how he fed his addiction. Sadly, the girls were the ones that would suffer. "Very good, girls. Now go sit on the couch and take off your clothes. We will play Simon Says." Randall watched the girls walk over and remove their clothing, leaving on their panties, folding them in a neat pile. He stripped down to his brief, which were falling off anyway, and readjusted the camera. He wanted to catch every bit of this on camera for future enjoyment. Once he was where the girls were, he gave his commands. Take off her panties and kiss her down there. He pointed to Khalisa's pussy, and Danae began licking and sucking her sister's clit. Khalisa lay stiff, not knowing what to do, and Danae just continued following her father's order. Danae Randall loved what he saw and began stroking his salmon-colored dick. He placed some KY jelly on it and stood behind Danae. Now this will hurt a little bit, but you'll get used to it after a while. He eased himself into her tight rectum. Danae cried and tightened up, but he didn't stop. He told her to continue so it wouldn't hurt. The more she concentrated on eating her sister's pussy, the more she blanked out of the pain she endured from anal sex. Their relationship was never the same after that day, which replayed itself for months after that. Danae and Khalisa's relationship grew strained as sisters, and they trusted no one, not even each other. That was obviously a flashback, and now we're going to go into, I shouldn't say obviously, but that was a flashback. Now we're going to go into present day, because they're both interacting. So now, the sisters are talking. You blame me, Danae? Seriously? Why? Because I was older? You can't blame me for something I was a victim of. It was nothing I could possibly do. He was your father, and Mama didn't know what was going on. He threatened us after a while that Mommy wouldn't believe us, that she would stop us from being around each other. I never wanted to lose my sister, but I guess I should have told because you hate me anyway. Khalisa collapsed in a heap and began to cry. Glass all around her glistened in the sunlight as it peeked through the window. Danae walked over to her sister and watched her crying. Seeing her sibling in such a vulnerable state tore at her heartstrings. She couldn't believe how a small piece of their childhood laid the foundation for the women they were in present day. I'm sorry, Khalisa. I apologize. I know you had absolutely nothing to do with it. It was my own drunken father's fault. Mama should have known better than to leave us with him, but she did what she felt she had to do so she could work, while presenting us with who she felt was a strong father figure. Danae touched her sister's hand, and Khalisa reciprocated. They both looked into each other's eyes and hugged. Finally, after all the years bonded, as sisters should. They were both battling the same war, but were on the same side. And that was it. I hope that you guys understand and appreciate that this story is not just a story. This shit is real, and this is how it happens. This is not just healing for me. Well, I shouldn't say this is not just healing for everybody else. This is healing for me. And to be put in a situation where I have to reveal pieces of me, it left me in a very vulnerable state. 10 years ago, in this very state, Atlanta, I was violated by someone I knew, and because of that, I put Atlanta and that situation hands in hand. So it was very difficult up until last year for me to even want to get on a plane and come out here. And I love Atlanta. I've been here several times. I said it earlier that I love Atlanta and DC and Maryland. So it's right up there. When I get famous, I'm going to buy a house, and I'm more than likely going to buy it in Buckhead. I love it here. Either in downtown Atlanta or Marietta or Buckhead, but I'm leaning towards Buckhead. I always said that I wanted to be here, so God will bless me to have the opportunity. It's not by chance that I'm sharing my story, and I literally am peeling off the layers because no one knows, or no one knew, and it's only today that I decided that I needed to let people know that I just wasn't talking out my ass. I just wasn't talking about my book and you know, pulling shit about my head about it. This is something that I actually lived and I'm able to tell. I'm not going to let this person cause me to live in fear anymore. I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to be held responsible for his ignorance, his control issues, the fact that he wanted to take a piece of me and leave me empty inside. I'm not going to do that. So by me sharing my story, I want others to know that y'all see me smiling and doing what I have to do and working hard and being a mom and an entrepreneur and handling my business with other projects, and that's all well and good, but there are pieces of me that nobody knows about. Nobody knows about the tears that I've shed. No one knows about the nights where I'm just up, I can't sleep, my anxiety, the problems that I have with relationships and trusting. When I say that I don't like people, it's because I've been hurt to the extent where I don't like the interaction with people, to the point where you get so close to me that I have to trust you. I don't like trusting people at all, because once you trust people, they tend to disappoint you. And pieces of myself I want to keep within me. I want to keep what I have left for me, because it's safer that way as opposed to giving it to somebody and having them hurt me. But you can't live your life like that. You can't walk around in fear thinking that someone's going to hurt you, because there's somebody out there that's going to love you and treat you the way you need to be treated and respected. But all that has to be when you love yourself, when you respect yourself, when you honor yourself. So I'm out of here tomorrow. I might do another video if I have enough time. I'm actually going to join Keek and start doing some videos from there. But as of now, I don't think I'll be doing another Ustream probably until the Baltimore Urban Book Festival. So it's about 11:15. I'm still wound up as I usually am. I just packed, and I'm probably going to drink some wine. Even though I already drank, I'll probably just drink some water and relax. And that's it. I thank you guys for your support and love. I really do. I love you guys, and I don't just say that. I really appreciate the inboxes and the emails and the text messages, the tweets. You guys have given me a forum where I can speak my heart and not be judged for it, because I know somebody out there is also dealing with the same. So that being said, good night.